Picture a boxer who made every fight a war and every punch a poem. A man with a heart as strong as his fists. Arturo "Thunder" Gatti is the main character in this story. Arturo Gatti's journey was legendary, from the streets of Montreal to the biggest arenas in the world. But it wasn't simply his wins that made him legendary. It was the attitude he brought to every bout. Welcome to an in-depth look at the life of Arturo Gatti, the fighter with a heart of gold. Before we start, please don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell symbol so you never miss a story of real grit and glory. The early years, from Montreal to Jersey City. Arturo Gatti was born on April 15, 1972, in Montreal, Canada, to Italian parents. He was always a warrior as a child. Even if it wasn't always in the ring, Gatti was renowned for being tough and determined when he was a kid. He had already been interested in boxing by the time he was in his late teens. Gatti went to Jersey City, New Jersey in the early 1990s to try to get a bigger stage. He trained there with one of the best, and it didn't take long for his natural talent to show. Becoming a pro. A star is born. On June 10, 1991, at the age of 19, Arturo Gatti fought his first professional fight against an opponent who had been in the ring before. The bout concluded in a knockout in the third round, which meant that a new fighter was coming on the scene. His fighting style, which included putting a lot of pressure on his opponents and being willing to accept damage, immediately made him a fan favorite. Gatti's reputation for thrilling, action-packed fights grew in the years that followed, and he quickly moved up the junior lightweight class. With each bout, he won over both admirers and detractors. World champion, winning the IBF title. 1995 was a very important year for Gatti's career. Gatti challenged Tracy Harris Patterson for the IBF junior lightweight title after years of hard training and determination. Gatti won the fight by unanimous decision. Even though it was tough, his heart and aggressive style helped him win. This win was more than just a title. It was the result of years of hard work and sacrifice. Gatti had officially made it to the top of the boxing world, but his adventure was only beginning. The young champion had huge plans, and with his belt, he was ready to fight the best in the world. The trilogy with Mickey Ward, Fights for the Ages. A rivalry between Arturo Gatti and Mickey Ward is considered to be among the most legendary in the history of boxing. This fight, which took place in 2002, was an immediate classic from the very beginning. The fact that both men were able to take and deliver heavy blows demonstrates how tough they were. There were 3 fights between Gatti and Ward, and each one was bigger and more intense than the one before it. They were not just interested in winning for themselves, they were also interested in demonstrating who had the most heart. Although Gatti emerged victorious in 2 of the 3 bouts, all 3 were regarded as among the most memorable bouts in the annals of boxing history. People will never forget the intense fights, the raw emotion, and the sportsmanship that made these fights so legendary. They will always remember these things. The comeback. Getting through hard times. After a few losses to top fighters like Oscar De La Hoya and Floyd Mayweather, many people wondered if Gatti could get back to his old self. But in 2002, Gatti showed his critics wrong by coming back in style. He won back his WBC light welterweight title in an exciting bout against Tyron Millet. This win was a big turning point in his career because Gatti's refusal to stay down and his unyielding determination made him a champion again. Gatti's return showed that a real warrior never gives up, no matter what. The heart of a champion. Combat methods employed by Gatti Incredible was the manner in which Arturo Gatti battled. It was well known that he had a style that was aggressive and forward-moving, which meant that he continually took the fight to his adversaries. His ability to continue fighting while being subjected to a great deal of battering made him a legendary character in the sport of boxing. His strikes were loud, and his defense was frequently odd, but his heart was the most impressive of all of his qualities. In Gatti's fights, strategy was not the only factor that mattered. Willpower was also equally important. Each and every round, he fought with the same level of passion. Fans lauded him for never giving up, and it was because of this dogged persistence that he was given the nickname Thunder. The final fight, a great career, comes to an end. Arturo Gatti's amazing career came to an end on July 14, 2007, when he fought Alfonso Gomez in his last bout. At this point, Gatti was already one of the most famous and loved fighters in the sport. His leaving the ring would symbolize the end of an era. Even though he had to fight some of the best boxers in the world in several battles, the warrior spirit inside him never died. Gatti fought with all his strength in this last fight, but his age, injuries, and years of hard-fought contests had worn him down. Gomez, who was younger and fresher, was able to knock out Gatti in the 6th round. Fans who had been following Gatti's career attentively were disappointed with the outcome, but the fight itself showed what kind of warrior Gatti was. Even near the end of his career, when most fighters would have quit, he gave the spectators one last show of heart and drive. Legacy. Getting into the Hall of Fame. The legacy of Arturo Gatti persists, not only in the victories he achieved, but also in the manner in which he fought, with all of his strength. His fights, whether they took place in the ring or in his personal life, demonstrated that he was the warrior with the highest level of dedication in the sport. The induction of Gatti into the International Boxing Hall of Fame, which took place after his passing in 2013, was an honor that he had earned without question. There was a great deal that he had done for the sport and the fans. When Gatti was inducted into the Hall of Fame, it wasn't simply because of his victories or world titles. It was also because of the character that made his career so successful. Fans from all over the world were able to laugh at him because he had a fighting spirit, an unbreakable determination to keep trying, and the ability to make them laugh. The significance of these was comparable to that of any championship title. Sad ending. The death that wasn't known. Unfortunately, Arturo Gatti's life seemed to come to an abrupt and peculiar end at an early age. Gatti was discovered dead in a hotel room in Brazil on July 11, 2009, and the circumstances surrounding his death are still unknown. At first, it was believed that he had committed suicide. Nevertheless, there were a great deal of questions regarding his passing, and many individuals believed that it was not the manner in which a warrior such as Gatti would pass away. Everyone, including fans and other boxers, was shocked to learn of his passing, and to this day, nobody knows what caused it. Those that admired Gatti will never forget him, regardless of what may have occurred from that point on. The legacy lives on. Arturo Gatti's legacy lives on in the sport of boxing and in the hearts of fans all over the world, even though his life ended tragically. His narrative is one of strength, heart, and bravery that can't be beat. Gatti's reputation is one of a warrior who fought with everything he had, from his epic trilogy with Mickey Ward to his comeback from the verge of defeat. People remember him not only for his wins in the ring, but also for how he inspired future fighters. Arturo Gatti's heart of gold will always be remembered. Arturo Gatti was more than just a boxer. He was a symbol of hard work and devotion. His trip from Montreal to the Hall of Fame shows what a true warrior is made of. Thanks for being with us as we remember the legend. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to this video to keep Arturo Gatti's memory alive. Keep up the good fight until next time.